Are you looking for the best robot mops? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best robot mops on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1, Roborock S8 Plus Robot Vacuum Mop. The Roborock S8 Plus has all the features you could want in a robot vacuum and mop in an easy-to-use form. In our testing, it easily picked up hair, without tangling, and everything from dust to larger debris like cereal. We found it worked particularly well on both hardwood floors and tile and was relatively quiet when in use. The self-emptying feature is loud, but you can turn the automatic mode off and manually control when you want it to empty instead. As a mop, it quickly made haste of some sticky residue we had on the floor with just one swipe. We didn't notice any missed spots, and when we wiped a wet paper towel after the robot mop had done its cleaning, the paper towel stayed white, so we knew the robot mop had done a thorough cleaning. Number 2, Yeedy Vac Station 3000 Pascals. This Yeedy robot vacuum and mop is a great option that doesn't require a ton of heavy lifting. We found that it took less than 5 minutes to set up, and not only will it map your house, but you can also designate no mop zones or set cleaning preferences by area. Because it can empty itself, you won't need to worry about regularly disposing of the dust or hair that it accumulates. We needed to change the bag about every 3 weeks at most. When in vacuum mode, it can handle both carpet and hardwood floors, and it can go between different surfaces with ease. When in mop mode, it avoids carpet, which is a nice feature to prevent soggy carpets. After removing the mopping reservoir, the vacuum goes on the carpet to suck up any dirt and debris. It has an average noise level, but the self-emptying feature is on the louder side. And if you have pets that shed a lot, we found that the self-emptying feature was a tad less effective. Number 3, Now Wilfro Self Mop Clean Robot. It doesn't have smart home connectivity, which is a bummer considering the very high price. Although it's undeniably an expensive option, the Now Wilfro is an extremely effective robot vacuum and mop, especially if you have pets. We found the vacuum worked equally well on tile, wood, and carpet, and picked up everything from small dust particles and pet hair to larger objects on the floor, about half a Cheerio size. It does a good job getting into corners and under furniture, and with object avoidance. It has no problem navigating around random things that have been left on the floor. It's low maintenance, too. You can schedule it to run while you're not home, and you don't have to do much other than occasionally add water, solution and empty the dirt bin. Plus, it self-empties and self-cleans the mop. Number 4, Ecovacs D-Bot T10 Plus Robotic Vacuum and Mop. One of the biggest pains of robot vacuuming is constantly having to empty the bin. The Ecovacs D-Bot T10 Plus not only has a self-emptying feature, but it also has a disposable 3.2 liter sealed dust bag that securely contains dirt and can be used for up to 60 days. It also has a self-cleaning feature for dust, so that's one less thing you have to worry about. The mop function has 3 vibration power levels and 3 levels of water flow, and we found it did a sufficient job of cleaning the floors, though wasn't quite as deep of a clean as other models. Still, it's way less work than having to manually mop the floor. The vacuum performed well on multiple surfaces, but despite having object avoidance technology, it was not as great at avoiding smaller objects on the floor. It was able to avoid a sock but sucked up a USB cord. In addition, it had trouble going over a door threshold, about 0.75 centimeters tall, and over areas rugs that weren't weighed down by furniture. Number 5, Ecovacs D-Bot T10 Omni Robot Vacuum Mop Combo. If you have a lot of hair, human and or pet, around the house, the Ecovacs D-Bot T10 Omni cleans and self-empties for an overall streamlined process. We tested this model on wooden tile floors, and it cleaned both effectively, picking up pet hair, food messes, and dirt. At first, we didn't realize that we needed to remove the mop pads before vacuuming the carpet, but once we did, it was just as effective on rugs as everywhere else in the home. The robot mop is quiet enough to be used a room away without causing much disruption, though the self-emptying feature is incredibly loud and somewhat disruptive. During testing, we observed the mop navigate expertly around furniture, pets, tight spaces, and corners. Setting up the robot mop was simple. It arrived mostly assembled with clear instructions for setting up and installing the connected app. Once you download the app, you can set up the mapping, which took 1 hour to complete, though we found that the system improves after regular use for 1+ weeks.